Good morning, people. Welcome to another live stream. I'm going to work on a track I started on stream, I think, called Hold Fast 163. So I'm going to find that in my folder. So whenever I make an idea, it goes into this, there's like an automation set up that saves it as a Trello card, creates a Trello card and saves it in Trello, attaches it to the Trello card, creates a card so I can move about, kind of keep like an index card of the thing that I started. And I just find it's a really good way to track things, to track my work. So this one was called Hold Fast. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to listen to it. I'm not going to make any notes when I'm listening to it. And then I'm going to make some notes about what I want to try in the session, open the session up, and then hopefully be able to get some sketchy stuff done within the next 45 minutes. So without further ado, we'll give it a listen. Hold Fast. measure that on there. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. I listen. I the aim is to kind of actively listen, directly listen, and not get caught up in trying to in like all the micro thing, like especially at this point in the process where we're really early on. Like I just kind of keep things like really big strokes still. Morning, Jumanji. Good to see you. How are you, man? All right. Been a while. Yes, yes. All junglists. Okay, so I reckon I've got some ideas for that. I kind of really like the. It's got this nice thing that happens with the aim, like with the amen drop kind of thing, where you've got the snares kind of following that. That kind of like motif. So now that I've listened to it, I'm just going to kind of jot down some things that I want to try in this session. I've got a load of projects I'm working on at the moment. Loads of things coming to fruition. So, but I still, you always need to kind of be mindful of the next batch of stuff that you've got coming up. I try to be anyway. What's that? What date are we on? 15th? Is that right? 15th. Oh, that's great. Enjoy it. Make the most of it, man. Well, just don't push yourself too hard. That's what I find. I'll probably get more done in shorter sessions across time. Like every day. If I did like half an hour every day, I'd probably get more done than if I do like big blocks of time. But then I understand everyone's schedule's different. And okay, so this one's called Hold Fast. I'm going to open it up now. Move it into draft now because I just said it was a draft. It's like a kind of piece of music in its own right. Whether it's the bare bones of a track, isn't it? What's it called? Hold Fast. And that little spoken sample is something I had sampled off YouTube, off of Instagram. Sorry, someone I follow on there. So some people just like if they do like Instagram videos and stuff, you can get some really unique stuff. Draft. So I'm feeling like that track is very bare bones at the moment and could do with some more melodic parts. I'm going to remove. There's like a Rhodes part. Remove for now. Rhodes part. So that's great. That's one. That's like really easy. I can just switch that off. I'm feeling like it needs some more pads ambiances. I mean, it's kind of at the point still where I feel like I could add parts to it. And I wonder. I'm just thinking about the arrangement here. It's kind of got like a spacey intro, breaks the intro, but it steps up kind of like with an amen there. It. Sometimes I don't worry too much about like if I don't know the answer to something or what to do about it, I just don't worry about it. I just leave it. There's a certain thing which is kind of making it for me at the moment, and I wonder if it's something in here. Was it like this sound? That sound. That's kind of doing it for me at the moment. That's suggesting like a space and everything. I want to hear like a band kind of a notch filtered pad. It's like. Okay. Okay, I wonder if I can like. I'm going to copy that kind of drum. Copy melody. There's to melodic sound. Yeah, okay, that's what I'm going to try for now. I'm going to get rid of the Rhodes sound, this melodic loop. Oh, you bad boy. It's nice. I mean, or I could like it kind of listening to it on its own there. I'm almost like, I like the. That sound right at the end. I wonder if I could use that. We'll give that a go. Use end. This is where I'd say, like, it's always good kind of developing a plan of attack before you start moving stuff around and making mouse clicks and trying stuff out. And if you need to, you can give it a couple of listens over and just make notes, kind of really have a plan of attack and just do that and then export it and don't listen to it. Don't keep listening to it. I'm saying this to like my past self. Just like once you've kind of done all your stuff on your list, unless like there's anything like you've just had new ideas of like things you add to it. When you start like editing it and removing or improving, moving, removing, improving. That's the Mike Money thing. But like if you start doing that, then just save it, export it, get out the session, do something else. Okay, right. So I need that open. I've got a new addition to the controller family, thanks to Tom, my friend Tom, who sometimes drops in on the stream. This complete little keyboard thing, which is great. So I can play keyboard parts in now, not just on the computer keyboard, which has its limitations. So sip of tea. Right, the first thing is I save a version. Save live status. Right, and I think what I want to do, I had that idea with the pad. Like, I don't like the start, but I do like the end. And I'm sure that's from this, isn't it? It's coming in this. It was like the first sound that I loaded up. Mm. It's like a nice Seba style thing. That's nice. I'm just going to add quite into phaser to the moment on pads. Pretty slow. Oh, lovely. That sounds big. Thanks, Shumanji. Yeah, I'm pleased. That's really good. I didn't think I'd get there before Christmas, but yeah, that's good. Good. Glad. Just getting some movement in the pad here. That'll do. Probably have to change the key now. Key are we in? B. I wonder if these are D minor. Let me think of this B. Trying to think of the key. Right, I'm going to make this Gato, make it 8 bars. I think I might bring in an auto filter as well. Bring that in parallel, which you can do with filters and stuff like that. It's absolutely fine. do something spacious with a reverb. I normally like put my sod it. I'm just going to go to the Valhalla Vintage verb for now. Alright. Jason Warrior's sound effects there. I sampled from some YouTube stuff. Okay, I like that pad. That sounded cool. Me. Just going to put it in where I've kind of got it here, just randomly arrange it. Just going to keep that as it is for now. I'm hearing like a surprise. I think I could probably put a vocal thing. Let's do the Spectrasonics ones. So good on there. What time are we on? 8:30. Okay, we're doing all right. Monday morning, back at it. Oh great, I've got a keyboard now. I think these are all in key nicely, thankfully. That could be cool, couldn't it? Something like that. It's very loud, very loud. And because I just chucked these all in, some of them are like a bit loose on the timing. See, they don't quite start. Let's just jam it out. That'll do. Let's try again one more time. I'll go from here. Yeah, cheers, Jumanji. Thanks for checking in. Yeah, rest up, get some music done later. Alright, that's pretty good. Right, that's something I might go for another one, just try it later on. That'll do, yeah. Get some.
Hold fast, brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? Hold fast. Stay strong.
That's good, sounds nice. Just find that, make sure it's nice and tight timing wise. There's like another weird sound in that. That sounds pretty good. Or I like where that's going. I'm feeling like some more melodic bits and bobs, like some more tighter sounds. So I'm gonna head in my samples, and I really like the blank forms packs I've been using. Like literally, I'll just like the first thing I'll see, I'll pull in. I don't care. I'm I'm not fast at all. If it makes a noise, you know, I'll try and use it. Like that. There we go. First sound. Sometimes I don't even. I just randomly chuck them in. Right. So let's just pull these in now. Yeah. Let's find another one, shall we? I feel like we might have enough pads. I don't know, these are all nice. Why not you? Okay. So if you just throw a sound onto a MIDI channel, it will just put it into a sampler for you. Quick little hack there. We'll just find some. Yep, love you. Sound. I've got a keyboard now. It sounds like it's a chord though, isn't it? It's like a major chord, this sound, so we'll just have to be mindful of dropping it over this. I'm going to get rid of this vocal for now because it's doing my head in a little bit. So it's just a C major chord, presumably. So. Okay, that's not working, so I'm just gonna try another. See if we've got like another thing that we can stick in. I'll put this up. Yes, please. That'll do. Thank you. Okay, I think I got lucky there with something, so let's maybe... just have another go. Yeah, I like that. Having it. Jar-san? Yeah, is it good? Yeah, glad you enjoyed it. Well, you know, I'm never stuck for ideas for samples and stuff, so I'm glad to give something back to people. You know, just for subscribing and for following me, for watching the videos. It's, yeah. Glad you liked it, man. That's really good. Bless up. Hope to hear it in some tracks soon. Some of the ideas. I'm going to make another one. I'm going to make another live set on stream, I think. Just make a fresh one. Everyone can follow along if they want. I think this could be a fifth. Yeah, I think something like that could be cool to try. that. Where did I start that from here? Oh, yeah, that could be good. Just reading your comment. Yeah, I'm trying to make instrument racks jar sound. About the moment, just got creative blocked. Yeah, if you don't know what to do, like I find just like I sometimes like to I'll have a kind of clean out, or I'll try and I'll like organise my samples a bit, or I'll just try a new technique on something. Like if I'm struggling to if I'm struggling to come up with ideas, often, yeah, man, yeah. I mean, what I would say sometimes, what I find with creative block is like it's often because I just don't start, and I think there's like I don't feel inspired when I sit down a lot of the time. I sit down and I know that I will be inspired by starting making music. I don't know if that resonates with you, Jar. So I don't ever expect anything from creative sessions. Like for instance, the other day I had a session on stream, and it was. Oh, I didn't do it on stream actually. I did it off stream, but I found it a real grind, and I just didn't know what to do. And I think kind of like I don't know if that resonates or if that is true to your situation, but if you are feeling creative block, then just try and sit down every day and give yourself permission to write terrible music, which is what I did for a long time. And what the kind of mindset I always go into, I just sit down. I don't know what's going to come out. I don't expect it to be good or bad or anything. I don't even expect it to be a jungle music. That's what I'd say about creative block, man. If you're struggling with it, and also just like it's fine to kind of just have loads of sketches that you never finish. That's fine. You don't need to finish it. Like I've got how many have I got in my sketchbook now? I could be completely barking up the wrong tree here, but there's probably from suffering the same things myself. Right. So I think I don't know. Trello's changed around recently. Callu, morning. How you doing? No label. Is it no label? Just see. Okay. Yeah. Fine. So I've got I've got 850 things in my my sketchbook. 850 cards, right? And they're yeah, good. Thanks. Not bad. Cracking on a Monday, you know, before I start work. Yeah, man. I feel you there, Jarson. I think in that case, set boundaries for yourself. Say, okay, I'm going to write a piece of music with 8 samples. You know, something like that. Like, okay, breaks, maybe a bass sound. So maybe maybe 2 breaks, a bass sound, maybe 2 bass sounds, a pad, something melodic, and effects. Maybe like 2 lots of effects. Try and I always put limits on myself. I'll often be like, what's the most basic piece of music I can write? Like basic stuff. Like all these ideas that I started on stream were with samples only. So there was no soft synths or anything like that. That was kind of and working around the 160 tempo. That was the kind of limitations I put in place for myself. But yeah, so yeah, 850 ideas started since. I don't know when this was. When did I start this? No details. Yeah, so on the 12th of January 29, I put this idea in there, and then since then there's 850 things that have gone in my sketchbook since 2019 January. I'm trying to do a track like deconstruction for a bit. Yeah, I would say as well, just stick at it, man, and try not to attach your feelings or your self-esteem to your music making. I'm not saying you do that, but like, I know that's a surefire way to get disheartened, and I have been there many times. You know, oh, I'm really grumpy because a track didn't work out for me. Who says that? You know, I'm sure we've all felt like that. So yeah, I've kind of added all these elements into this session, and I'm pretty happy with how that's going. So much so, I might just Let's move some about a bit more. Let's see what happens if we just do like, let's randomly arrange them. Just doing some random arranging here. There's some stuff. What's going on? There's one of the brakes needs a stop button. Is it this bad boy? And then I think I'm going to export it and call it a session done. Kind of like, so I've added all that stuff and now I need to just let it steep a bit. You know, I've got all these new melodic ideas going on and I kind of just need to let it rest and come back to it. Quite loud, that sound, isn't it? Where's that? Yeah, put you down a bit. All right, yeah. I feel that's pretty. That feels like a good session. Good point to stop there. Kind of got some interesting arrangement ideas happening, and now I will leave it to sit for a bit. So I normally just go. I'm just going to do a quick test on the master for the loudest bit. Really like that bit. That sounds quite surprisingly pleasing. yeah, I think that sounds pretty nice. Not that it's about that. It's kind of I try and because the other session I had on off stream for like another draft one was like appalling, and if I'd done that, I'd feel so you can't. I guess I'm not trying. I really want it to be like an honest reflection of what it's like. Hopefully, I'll have a bad session at some point, but this feels like it's nice when stuff does work. So, remove for now roads, and I think I did that, and I've used the end to craft this pad. So I'm just going over the notes I wrote at the beginning of the session. So I kind of made that pad from the end of a sound. Got some like EQ, phaser, and a bandpass filter. It's got a lot of movement going on, and so we've got that sound in there. So I'll tick that off the list. Tick, tick, and some reverb is going into the Valhalla vintage verb. Same thing. I do similar things with lots of it. So yeah. Pads, ambience is notch filter pad, and that's what I've got going on in this. It's a notch filter with a high resonance, and it gives it like a hollow sound going up and down the. It's a very like Seba, kind of good-looking late '90s stuff. There's a Seba tune, Universal Music from the Logical Progression Part 1, the Good Looking compilation, Universal Music, and it starts with a pad like that, and it's really lovely. So I'll tick that off as well. Copy melody on Amen snares to melodic sound. Well, that was this kind of idea. That was this thing. So it's going. So yeah, so I haven't directly done that, but I think these additional parts that I've added, specifically, what have we got? Maybe this one? Let's go listen. So it's kind of following a similar rhythm. It's just starting a bit earlier. So like dim 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 dim. So it's so it's kind of following the same like rhythmic structure as the break line, or it's a derivative of it. And that, I guess that's something I don't consciously try and do anything like that. It just kind of comes out like that from years of writing parts for. I always liked kind of counter melodies and creating parts that kind of work with each other. And then of course you've got that bass line going. The sub. What's the sub doing? So that's kind of following that rhythm as well, or it's kind of in the same rhythmic like cadence. That part, added that. And these just kind of like follow on from one another. I just kind of get the idea, like it started by me just randomly pulling in the sounds and then just trying to make them fit for the sake of just having an idea. And then this kind of pad came. It works nice with the rest of the elements. And then the vocals, which came about because I was just hearing like a vocal idea, I think earlier on with having made this pad. Just was hearing something and then just happened upon. That's in key, and then thought I'd try another one. And that just kind of worked. Just was an accident more than anything else. Cymatics, hello. Yeah, but glad you think so. I'm actually I'm probably gonna call it a day now because like so. But yeah, thanks for checking in late. Yeah, I hope you can watch the rest of it back and you'll see what I've been doing. Um, but yeah, I've ticked everything off my list, and this felt like a good session. Hopefully there'll be like some bad sessions to balance out. Just because then you're tested more. Like it's great. It's easy when everything's going well when you feel in the flow of it. Like, and yeah, you want conditions to be such that like you're like that all the time. And whether that's you're kind of working with things that really excite you, or you've found a method that's really working for you. Um, that's great, but then it's equally you learn more when you're being tested and when you're failing. Just like life, isn't it? But yeah, this keyboard has made that's so nice to have that on the desk now to be able to see like a just have that there. That's really handy, Tom. Thanks a lot if you're watching for the lend. Okay, so now that I've got that, I'm going to save it. Regularly save people. Live 11 backs up stuff here is quite good. I think 10 I've done that as well. So yeah, I've got that. Right, I'm going to save. I'm going to export that now. Just an MP3. Yeah, you're welcome, Cymatics. Yeah, have a I kind of like at the beginning of the video, I just listened to the track that I think I did this on stream originally. I can't remember now really. I need to like Jarson suggested like labeling them better, and I think that's probably right. So I'm going to save that to draft. It's good to see everyone on a Monday. You never know who's going to jump on. Yeah, man. Everything can be made from a sine wave. Sine wave, like combinations of sine waves. The harmonic series and stuff. Yeah, and it's more like you definitely learn when when the chips are down, and like I've had periods where just like nothing works and I hate everything I'm doing for um and you look back and you realise, oh, I learnt the most from those times. I learnt the most from those tracks. I learnt the most from the worst tracks and from the the terrible clanging moments in my music career thus far. Yeah. So what I'm doing now is I'm bouncing it out. I'm going to attach it to this card. Hold fast. Attach it here, and when I diarise it, it gets rid of this tag to listen and sets a and then adds a listen tag once I've passed 7 days. Yeah, man, that's good. Like if you find samples that work, like I think if you find methods that work for you, if you find ways of doing stuff, like just dig deep with it. I think people are always like, and I don't mean this about anyone watching. I guess I'm generalising here, like, and I'm saying it about myself as well. Is sometimes there's the pressure as a music producer, like if you don't understand something, that's what you should be doing. Whereas I think like if something works for you, and if you have a particular strength, you should lean into that, and you should do more with that strength. So you might be really good at like making melodies, or you might be really good at crafting kick drums or something. Like, and I like follow that, follow your strengths, and like don't get hung up on what other producers are doing and the sounds they're making. Try and listen to your own. Try and listen to what you're actually doing. I think it's the listening. It's the listening. I'm probably not making sense now, but like. Yeah, cymatics, you're welcome. You're welcome. That's my like that's my intention with this, is I want to kind of I really want to inspire people, like, to like just surrender and create and not judge themselves so harshly by their output, and not attach, like, because I feel like I've got past a lot of that with myself, and I just enjoy it. I enjoy it now. Like, even when things are going badly, I don't suffer. It's hard, but I don't suffer. I know, I've got strategies for kind of dealing with the whole process, right from starting to the final mix, and to actually putting it out and releasing it, and kind of, yeah. So I kind of like, I just find everything a joy now with it. It's often because, like, we just can't get out of our own way. We cannot get out of our own way, and everything is about us. No, don't worry. That's fine. I think it's cymatics. I think it's doing this. I think it does that for everyone. It's like, who can tell? I mean, it's amazing that people can watch me live from my living room come studio, and comment, and we can have some, start community and stuff, and maybe people can get something back, and it can inspire them to go away and make tunes after this. If you've got half an hour today, go away and try some of the things you've seen, if there's anything that resonates with you. Okay, so that's there. Added that hold fast. And I won't listen to this now until, I might have a cheeky list. Sometimes I have a cheeky list, and like a few days down the line when I've completely forgotten what I've done. But all these, oh, that's good. I'm really pleased, cymatics. I hope I can just inspire by example, and just more specifically, just open up every part of the creative process from the start to the end, with technical stuff along the way, and just how I kind of do everything, and my mindset towards stuff. Cheeky listen. Hello, Rich. How you doing? Old school friend on. Friend of many years. We used to play in bands together. Just having a cheeky listen now, dropping in. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, like, even since the beginning of this year, I've probably, for a time, and because I've been kind of trying to do this YouTube thing a bit, I haven't splurged as much as I normally would. But I sometimes try and do 100 ideas in 10 days. And they're mostly terrible. Why don't we find like a really old one and just listen, so I can show you guys what my style was like back in roughly this time last year. Oh no, 2 years ago. Higher L. Am I going to find that if I look in here? Because higher L. Now, I just sketchbooked this idea, so I might have got rid of it, because I kind of, we can certainly hear the beginning of it. Let's have a listen. So this, two-minute idea. Quite fast. you get the idea, I think. Like, so that sounds literally like there's a break and a pad and a 808. And maybe, why don't we just like, but it's kind of like an idea, isn't it? There's like something melodic there, there's some kind of harmony going on with the chords. And you got that nice, sounds like I was kind of doing some funny, like interesting things with the 808. So I might just pull that in. Why don't I pull that into draft now? Or even into, I'm going to put it into Discover. The idea being I need to add parts to kind of see where it wants to go. But I think it's a bit too fast as well. I probably wouldn't write anything that fast that was that stepping breaks wise. Probably slow that down a bit. Yeah, and that's, thank you, Cymatics. You know, that's the kind of thing that was just an idea that I had back then. And if you look, I wrote kind of, I tried to do, it's a good example. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did 5 splurges on that day. Did I? Is that right? Yeah, because I moved, no, 6. So I did this one, and then I did like some other stuff, but it was part, like that was when I was probably trying to do 100 ideas in 10 days. And then other stuff like this, well, should we hear what this is like? This I reckon this will be mental. 2-minute idea as well. I think I just got my, did I have my piano at this point? So if you just joined, I'm listening to old ideas from like 2019, November 2019. Just before, this is pre-COVID. Quite square pushery, quite like sad. So yeah, that's another idea that was on, what's something a bit slower maybe. Whiteout, what's that like? So I think I would have just loaded in a template set of sounds that I'd kind of just like 5 channels of sounds and then tried to write as many ideas from them as possible. 1 minute, what's going on here? So yeah, that's kind of like when I was like a slower, like acidy sounding track. But yeah, all started on the same day, and it looks like I only took this one forward, Orpheus. And then I did do a bounce of it and one new one. Just trying to demonstrate really that like having the benefit of trying to have lots of ideas, lots of crap, kind of like minimal ideas. Go through my acid phase here, the sounds of it. Or electro, kind of electro. It's quite fast, 150. And for some reason, I sketchbooked that, you know, like, so I got so far with it and was like, no, I'm gonna shelve that for now. Whereas listening back to it after like 2 years, I can hear what that track wants to be, you know, like it sounds like the beginning, you know, I could probably do quite a good session on something like that, like this intro sound. It's all about that beat. And then that acid, like that kind of bass that comes in. Not this bit, that. Over that first breakbeat. I was just messing around with this. I was just probably throwing ideas down. So what does this sound like with that? What does that sound like with that? And that's the benefit of using Session View, because I would have done it in Session View and I probably would have done it. I don't think I had the APC at this time, so I probably just literally did it with the mouse, playing things like this with the mouse. It's possible I even started it, you know, out and about. I might have started it at Weatherspoons or something, like early morning after I dropped the kids off. Go there for have a coffee before the office opened and make a track. So yeah, all right. I think that was just to demonstrate that, you know, that leveraging quantity. That like I had all these ideas that I did nothing with, and it didn't bother me. You know, I don't care really. It's great that I can listen back to them and think, oh yeah, I've got an idea. I've got ideas what I'd do with that now. And it's really clear. It's like, you know, when you go back to something, you're like, oh, of course, that's what it's about, you know. Yeah, I've seen it with fresh eyes, hearing it with fresh ears, and you're a different person, you know, and everyone must have this listening to old tracks and they get new ideas for them. Or, better still, they see what the track wants to be. They because you can't see the wood for the trees when you're making a piece of music, and you're like, I just can't get any perspective on it because I'm just so in the details. So when you leave it like 2 years and you come back and you hear it for the first time, you're like, I can hear exactly what this wants to be. It's oftentimes you've got all the ideas, you get those down quite quickly, and then the rest of it is just not trying to ruin it by adding too much more stuff. So yeah. All right, well, I think I'm going to say goodbye now. So I've got to crack on with my day. Cymatics, thanks very much. Yeah. I guess what? Yeah, it's more trying to like just that it took time to kind of build up momentum to just doing it every day, and now it's just habit. I just kind of like it's a creature of habit with it all. It feels more strange when I'm not making music, really, every day at some point. I'd encourage you to try the same thing, you know, just try laying down a couple of 1 minute ideas, leaving it a week, listening back to them and working on your favourite pieces, and just keep the mill going, keep the mill churning. Eventually stuff comes out of it, you know. Yeah, I know. All right, cheers, Rich. Thanks for dropping in. All right, thanks everyone. I'm gonna call it a day now, and I may be back on later this evening. We'll see. All right, well, have a good day, whatever you're doing. Cheers, bless up.